Welcome to the Prep Zone. My name is Grant Yenny, and tonight we're here at Lakeshore High School for the first round of the Division II volleyball playoffs as the number 18 seed Woodlawn travels to take on the number 15 seed in Lakeshore. Now, both teams have had up and down seasons, but they're coming into this matchup tonight looking sharp. They finished their season on a very strong note. So we'll see what happens tonight. It should be a very good one. I spoke with both coaches moments ago. Let's hear what they had to say and get to the action. Bring in with Coach Hebert. Coach, has been a roller coaster ride of a season, but here you are hosting a home game here in the first round of the playoffs. What are you telling your girls coming into this matchup tonight?
Well, luckily we had some really big games at the end of the season. You know, we went on Thursday and had a 5-game win over John Curtis, and that is just a confidence booster. And so it's definitely been up and down all season, but it looks like we're up at this point, and if we're going to be up, this is the time to be there. So, you know, we had an injury this week. We got to fix a couple of things tonight. But, you know, if we play like we've been playing towards the end of the season, we should go on to the second round.
18 seed Woodlawn over there. What's it going to take to beat a team like them?
Woodlawn's very athletic. They have some really, really athletic kids. Just staying ready, being on your toes. You know, they're going to get some really good swings, and so playing defense. You know, play our side.
Pre-game with Coach Malpica. Coach, it's our first time seeing you in the prep zone here this season. Can you give us a rundown on how your season went leading into the playoffs?
It went kind of up and down. We're very young. We got 3 seniors, 2 of them play, 1 junior. Everybody else is sophomores and freshmen. Kind of the first week of scrimmage with scrimmage and St. Michael's, and then suddenly I have 7 people hurt. I don't know how. So all the little freshmen had to go there and play. So that was good because they had come in. They had come out and do real well for us. So we got like 3 of them that start. So.
What do you tell players who are young like that coming into the first round of the playoffs here? What are you telling them coming into this matchup tonight?
Just play like they've been playing. You know, block out the crowd and the excitement. Just play like we know that they can play.
Kicking this one off for Woodlawn, Kennedy Barnes serving this one, and she'll start with a service ace. Barnes, a senior leader for the Woodlawn Lady Panther squad here. She's the kills leader and blocks leader as well. But with that, Woodlawn leads 1-0. She gets that service over, handled by Steibing. Outside, Hebert, Equier to the floor. As Kennedy Harris couldn't get there. They have 2 players named Kennedy on the Woodlawn team, spelled differently. One with an E, Kennedy, and one with an A. Lakeshore called in the net, so that is 2-0 Woodlawn, and that's another ace for Barnes. As Steibing didn't get under it enough, she didn't hit it in time, and the ball went through her hands to her chest. Service over once again. Barnes, Steibing pops this one up. There's Hebert, and free ball over from Sarah Tucker. This one up, need to slap it over. Hebert to Steibing, back, big hit by Hayes, Equier, and that is a kill for the Lady Titans, so that'll make it 3-1. As Kennedy Harris couldn't get there in time. Harris, a very tall freshman for Woodlawn. 3-1, Woodlawn leading. Here's Hebert, service over, pulled left. Woodlawn able to handle it cleanly. Slapped over, blocked down, and hit over. Hayes pops it up. There's Hebert. They need to send this one over. Hayes gets it there. And that one errant off the hand of Trin Nguyen. Makes it 3-2. Woodlawn still leading, but Hebert continuing to serve as Lakeshore looks to battle back. Hebert, service goes. Nguyen. Good hustle from Barnes trying to dive for it, but the ball comes over here into the stands as it shanked off of the left side of Nguyen's fist and ties it up at 3 apiece here in the first set. Abby Hebert continuing to serve for the Lady Titans. Hebert, service over, Nguyen pops it up. This one needs to go. Barnes pushes it over. Stibing outside. That will hit the official stand over there and will be a point for Woodlawn. So they reclaim the lead 4-3. Back to serve is Leah Medine, excuse me, a freshman, very young team here for Woodlawn as well as Lakeshore. This one popped up. Free ball goes over with Hannah Luker. Hayes puts that one over, and it was hit by Barnes, but good job by Sarah Tucker. Send that one to the floor out of the reach of Nguyen. But Barnes just blasted the ball back over when it looked like it was going to go out of bounds. Tied back up 4 apiece. Service coming for the Lady Titans from Emily Wilcox. She gets that one over. Here's Ebony Adams, sent over. And this one, 4 hits. That 4th hit from Maddie Shea. Lakeshore seemed a bit confused. And that was a brief meeting with Shea over at the official stand. She said, how was that 4 hits? He said it was 4. There you go. Sarah Tucker to the floor. That one indisputable. Tucker, very impressive in every match that we've covered for Lakeshore this year. And last year when she was a freshman. 5-5, tied up. Equier serving. Equier, a junior for Coach Hebert, sends that one over. Good job by Russell to get there, but it goes out of bounds. Another point for Lakeshore as they take the lead 6-5 here in the first set. Equier, service over. Barnes popped up and slapped over by Luker. Back set, Hebert, free ball over by Tucker. And that falls to the floor before Barnes or Naya Irvin could get to it. Equier continuing to serve. Seemed to be some confusion in the bench area as a chair was over a line or something down there. They had to move a chair. Hebert back to Equier. Equier slaps this one hard, and that'll be a point for Lakeshore. Oh, and Brianna Russell, the freshman, thought that that would have been a 4th hit had she hit it, so she caught it anyway, and rather than hitting it, that ended play, and that's an ace for Equier out of reach of Kennedy Barnes. 9-5 as Lakeshore starts to storm ahead. Equier on quite a serving run here, looking to keep it going. Slaps this one over, a lot of power behind it whenever she gets a hold of it. Good job by Woodlawn to return it. Here's Hebert set, and that one goes into the net. Maddie Shea, the senior, did not high point that ball. She hit it as it was on its descent and sent it into the net. Luker. Hebert, back set, Tucker to the floor. Not going to stop it. She hit it between 2 defenders. She hit a laser shot straight to the floor, 10-6. Lakeshore leading. And that'll drop Sarah Tucker back to serve. Tucker, service goes over. Barnes tips it up. It looked to hit off of her fingertips. Barnes is forced to push it over. There's Wilcox. Slapped over. Barnes slaps it over for the kill. Changed the tempo up there, and it was out of reach of Maddie Shea. Checking into the game for Woodlawn is Kennedy Harris. She'll go back to serve. Naya Irvin will take a seat in the bench area. 10-7, Lakeshore leading as that service goes over. Shea pops this one up, and Tucker calls for it to send the free ball over. There's Luker, big hit, Barnes. 10-8. This one popped up Harris. Hebert back set. Shea into the net. And she had to reach back a little farther. It wasn't as clean of a set as they would have liked. Service over Harris. Hebert caught him off guard. Caught him off guard. Well done. Good call there by Hebert. Rather than they were expecting a set to one of the sides, and instead she just sent it right back over the net where nobody was standing. Fell right in the hole. 11-9. Service over from Steibing. Barnes. Ball popped up. Hebert into the net. Won't be able to handle that cleanly as the freshman Trahan didn't get a clean initial hit on it. So the lead cut to 1 point for the Lady Titans. It's back over to Woodlawn to serve as Kyra Britton sends it over. Molly Hebert to Abby Hebert. Trahan is blocked by Barnes and Ebony Adams. Britton back to serve once again. It's tied up at 11 apiece. Served over. Popped up by Tucker. Steibing, Hebert outside. Big hit. Is sent back over for Woodlawn. Hebert back set Tucker from beyond the attack line. And that hit off of the fingertips of Ebony Adams and fell to the floor. So Lakeshore reclaims the lead 12-11 as subs come in. Nguyen checks into the game for Woodlawn. Hebert service over. Barnes, free ball from Looker. Barnes tried to get to it to punch it over. It was just out of reach, and Nguyen couldn't get there either. 13-11, Lakeshore leads. Hebert, service over. Nguyen couldn't get a hold of it. Luckily, Woodlawn is able to handle it, and the free ball goes over. They were watching it, making sure it wouldn't go out past that back line, and it dropped right inside for the point for Woodlawn. Makes it 13-12. Lakeshore still leading, but it's back over to Barnes to serve. Barnes led off the match, serves that one. Hebert to Hebert. And slapped over by Hayes. Hebert to the middle, Equier. It's sent up into the air and hit over by Adams. Hebert outside, Hayes. Tucker, Hebert, Equier to the floor. A laser shot past Barnes and out of reach for Kennedy Harris. Makes it 14-12. Lakeshore leading here in the first round of the Division II playoffs. So service over, Abby Hebert. Nguyen sends it to the left. It's put back into play, and free ball from Kennedy Barnes. Big hit from Tucker. Back over, Tucker slaps it again, and it goes out of bounds. It pulled left. (14-13), trading points. It's back and forth, back and forth. Every time each team gets a run going, as Lakeshore got a run, Woodlawn was able to battle back. Service over from Leah Medine. Here's Tucker outside. Nguyen able to pop it back up to Luker, and Barnes has to push it over. Hebert, good hustle. And Hayes. A big hit there from Luker, and that will go out of bounds, and that'll tie it back up at 14 apiece. So Medine looking to give her team the lead. Medine, service goes over. Hebert pops it up to Abby. Abby trying to catch him off guard. That one popped back up and out of bounds. And you see they're expecting the usual bump set spike, and when that doesn't happen, you can see them start scurrying around trying to make a play on it, and that time panic just set in. Emily Wilcox serves this one over and win to the right. Barnes. Aber back set to Tucker, and that's out of bounds off the hands of Luker and Irvin. Makes it 16-14 for the Lady Titans. Service over for Wilcox. Barnes sets up, big hit to the floor. The kill for Hannah Luker, another senior. There's only 3 seniors on this Woodlawn team. It's Barnes, Hannah Luker, and Tion Valentine. And back to serve is Ebony Adams. She floats that one over. There's Aber to Aber and outside to Shea. Big hit to the floor as it's out of reach of Ebony Adams. So Maddie Shea, the senior for the Lady Titans, gets the kill and makes it 17-15 here in the first. Brings up Equier, the junior for Coach Aber. She slaps this one over and couldn't get a hold of that one is Kyra Britton. It just rolled off of her hand. She hit it a little too high up on her arm. It rolled off of her wrists and back up against the wall. Makes it 18-15. An ace for Equier. And that one hits the tape and falls on Woodlawn's side. And Woodlawn will take a timeout as Lakeshore leads 19-15 here in the first. After the timeout, 19-15, Lakeshore leading and Equier serving. She hits the net on that one. She came close to it on her previous serve, but she got that lucky break where it rolled over the top and to the floor that time, right into the net, so it makes it 19-16. So Lakeshore still holds on to the lead. Back over to Luker to serve, and that one, great hustle by the Lady Titans, especially Sarah Tucker there to keep that one in play. Back over, here's Barnes setting Luker. Barnes, big hit, well done, keeping it up. There's Aber to Shea. Luker, that one pushed over. Shea able to save that one, sends the free ball over. Barnes, big hit, but caught it on the descent and sent it into the net. That makes it 20-16 for the Lady Titans here in the first, and it brings up Sarah Tucker to serve. Tucker service goes over, and that's an ace for Tucker as it rolled off of the arm of Brianna Russell, the freshman, and hit the back wall. 21-16. Tucker service once again popped up there by Medine. Slapped over. There's Shea. Aber has to punch it over at the net. Barnes, back set, pushed over. And into the net, Courtney Trahan. 21-17, Lakeshore leads. Back over to Woodlawn to serve. Kennedy Harris sends this one over. Popped up by Wilcox. Free ball over from Shea, and it goes out of bounds, pulled right. And it landed right in front of that Woodlawn bench area. So it makes it 21-18 with Lakeshore leading. Harris serves this one over. Tucker pops that one up. Aber, tip from Shea. Shea. Wilcox, Tucker sends the free ball over. Barnes with the tip. Shea's there. Aber puts it over into the net and to the floor. As Luker couldn't get enough under it to send it up into the air. Instead, it sent it into the net and makes it 22-18 here in the first. And Coach Malpica calls a timeout to discuss it with his team. So with Lakeshore leads 22-18 here in the first. After the Woodlawn timeout, Steibing serving for the Lady Titans, and that service goes into the net. Makes it 22-19. Kyra Britton back to serve for Woodlawn. And Britton's service goes over, popped up Sarah Tucker. Abear set outside to Hayes. Push from Luker, and they call a double hit there on the senior. 23-19 for Lakeshore. And serving is the senior, Molly Abear. Nguyen pops it up, and Kennedy Harris couldn't get there in time. She was caught looking. Makes it set point here, 24-19. Abear, service goes over there, popped up. Luker, here's Barnes with the push over. Tucker able to keep it in play. There's Abear outside to Hayes. The big hit sent over by Woodlawn. Abear set up Equier to the floor. And that will end the first set as Lakeshore takes it 25-19.
St. Tammany Parish Public Schools, an A-rated school district. Graduates with the highest ACT scores in the state. Facilities with the latest technology. Safe and secure schools. A variety of sports. Fine arts. And learning to last a lifetime.
I'm Superintendent Trey Foles, and this is where we educate every child, every day.
Starting off set two, Abby Abear serving it over for the Lady Titans. She gets it over. There's Harris and Barnes to the floor. Woodlawn once again on the board first. Barnes hits it right in between Abear and Stibing for the kill. So Kennedy Barnes, the senior leader for this Woodlawn squad, back to serve once again. She gets that one over. Stibing's there. Here's Abear. Tucker from beyond the attack line gets it over, but Harris able to pop it up. Luker back set to Tucker to the floor. Laser shot. She's really playing some exceptional volleyball right now. And that'll bring up Bree Hickey, a sophomore, to serve it over. She gets that one diving for it. That goes out of bounds. Makes it 2-1 Lakeshore. So Hickey serving once again. Up and over, and that's an ace for the sophomore, Bree Hickey. Three to 1. Hickey service up and over. Popped up, here's Barnes setting outside for Luker. Big hit blocked by Tucker, but it goes out of bounds over there on that far sideline, so that'll be a point for Woodlawn. Makes it 3-2 Lakeshore. Ball goes back over to the Lady Panthers to serve, and it's Leah Medine, another freshman. And that one off of Abear, hits the back wall for the ace for the freshman. But only 4 upperclassmen for Coach Malpica at Woodlawn. Service goes over and pulls right and lands right in front of the Lakeshore bench. 4-3, Lakeshore leading. Here's Equier to serve. That one up and over. Adams, Barnes, Luker, and Maddie Hayes, the senior, put the roof on it. 5-3 for the Lady Titans. Equier, service goes over, popped up. And Luker just slaps it over. Here's Abear setting Hayes, and that's out off the hands of Adams and Luker. Another point for the Lady Titans. Equier continuing to serve at 6-3 for Lakeshore here in the second set. Lakeshore took the first set 25-19. Looking to do the same here in the second. That one slapped back. Great placement on the hit by the freshman Bryn Curtis. Called up to the varsity. Good placement there in the back right corner of the Woodlawn side of the court. Nobody was defending it. Left open. She hit it right there for the kill. Makes it 7-3. That one pulls right out of bounds. An ace for Equier makes it 8-3, and Lakeshore has come out firing here in the second set, also using some Woodlawn mistakes to their advantage. Equier, service goes over, and now that one goes out of bounds. Good eye by this Lakeshore squad to just, when they see the ball is deviating, letting it go out of bounds. So it's 9-3. Equier serves this one. She puts a lot of power behind it. That one out of bounds. So Coach Malpica will take a timeout to talk it over with his squad as Lakeshore leads 10-3 here in the second set. After the timeout, Equier looking to continue her dominance in serving, and she will there. Woodlawn unable to handle the serve. Makes it 11-3. You see a big smile on the face of Claire Equier, the junior. Slaps that one over. A lot of power and speed on it. There's Luker outside Harris. And they call Bryn Curtis in the net. So that'll end Lakeshore's scoring run and give the ball back over to Woodlawn. It's 11-4, Lakeshore leading. And that service goes into the net by Ebony Adams. 12-4. And Sarah Tucker back to serve. She packs a powerful punch when she gets a hold of the ball. And Tucker, only a sophomore, slaps that one over. This one needs to go. Luker slaps it over. Tucker, Abear, set, big hit, out of bounds. Too much on it there from Bryn Curtis. That'll make it 12-5 as Luker serves this one and hit the tape. Good hustle there from Curtis, and put the roof on it is Kennedy Harris at the net before Abear could get there. Makes it 12-6. Lakeshore leading. Luker serves that one into the net. So now we'll see substitutions for Lakeshore as Bree Hickey and Lainey Steibing check into the match, and Steibing is back to serve. So 13-6, Lakeshore leads. Steibing, the lefty, powers this one over. Luker, Barnes, big hit, way too much on that one. Slaps against the back wall, makes it 14-6, Lakeshore leading. Lakeshore looking to extend their commanding lead that they have here. The lefty puts it back over. There's Russell. Barnes, free ball. Abear setting way over to Hickey, and it's put right back down on top of her by the Kennedys, Barnes and Harris. One a senior, one a freshman. Harris. Back set, big hit. Woodlawn able to field it cleanly. Here's Abear to Abear, outside Hickey, and didn't hit that one in the right spot. Sent it into the net, so 14-8, Lakeshore leads here in the second. Harris floats this one over. Abear pops it up. Abby Abear back set. Big hit is blocked right back down on top of her by Barnes and Britton. 14-9 as Woodlawn looks to battle back. Abear slaps this one over and to the floor, out of reach of Brianna Russell. Makes it 15-9. Lakeshore leading, and Molly Abear will serve this one. Abear punches it over. Outside, here's Barnes. Tucker, wow, what hustle, keeping it in play. Abear, and punched over for the point for Lakeshore. Good hustle by the whole squad there, but Bree Hickey, the one punching it over. 16-9, Lakeshore leads. Luker looking to tip it over. Equier put her hands up and stopped her right as she was trying to get it over. Claire Equier would have none of that. 17-9, Lakeshore leading. Oh, ouch. Service from Molly Abear hits Equier in the back of the head. So after a rotation violation called on Lakeshore, and that happens after subs. Equier had to come out after the injury, but they call the rotation violation. Now Lakeshore arguing back that they're not in violation, and Coach Abear pleads her case to the official. Now the official coming over to the scorer's table to talk it over to see if Lakeshore is accurate, and a redo. So they plead their case and they win there. That's his bad. So service coming from Kyra Britton. Serves this one over, popped up by Steibing. Here's Abear. Up, slapped way too much on that one from Hickey. 17-11. Lady Titans lead. Kyra Britton to serve over. Seems to be more confusion down on the court now. And they're ready to go after talking it over with the scorer's table. So Britton set to serve. Slaps this one over and into the net. Makes it 18-11 Lakeshore. She just didn't get enough power behind that one and didn't hit it low enough to get the float on it. She hit it a little high on the ball and sent it into the net. The dig there, here's Luker back set to Barnes, and they're going to call a double hit. Makes it 19-11. Lakeshore leading here at home. And that service goes over. Popped up. Slapped over, there's Abear. Abear. And out of bounds. 20-11, Lakeshore leading here in the second. This one up and over for Abear. The dig, here's Luker. Barnes, big hit. Abear, well done, saving it, but it goes out of bounds. Over on the other side of the net, pulled left. Makes it 20-12. Lakeshore still leading by 8. Barnes. Popped up, here's Abear. This one needs to go over. Hickey gets it there. Luker. Abear. Pushed over, tip, and to the floor. Out of reach of Abby Abear, Hannah Luker with the kill. Makes it 20-13 here in the second. Barnes slaps this one over. Tucker handles it cleanly, gets it over to Abear, and Hickey with the big hit. It pulled left. This one needs to go over, and Medine gets it there. Abear back set to Tucker, and that went off the hand of Harris and into that far bleachers over there to make it 21-13 for the Lady Titans. So Bree Hickey serving here. Harris, Barnes tried to tip that one over. She tried the trickeration and was too far off the net that when she hit it, it went down and into the net rather than over. So Coach Malpica will take a timeout here as Lakeshore leads 22-13 here in the second. After the timeout, Hickey serving for the Lady Titans. It's 22-13, Lakeshore leading, and that's in. It pulled right, but it was right on the line. Caught Hannah Luker looking. (23-13) for the Titans. And slapped over Hickey. Put a lot on that one. Harris pops it up. Here's Barnes outside for Luker, and that's in. Out of reach for Molly Abear. So Hickey comes out checking into the game is Emily Wilcox. It's 23-14. And that one floats over. There's Abear to Abear. Tucker to the floor. Back right corner once again. Out of reach of the freshman Leah Medine, and it's set point here in the second set. 24-14. And in to serve is Courtney Trahan, the freshman for Coach Abear. Barnes up, Luker, tip, and Tara Tucker was turned around. She was looking the opposite direction of where the ball was coming from. 24-15, set point 2. Naya Irvin, way too much on that one. And that will end the second set as Lakeshore takes it 25-15. Set 3 here at Lakeshore. Woodlawn serving first, and that first serve goes into the net from Kennedy Barnes. And Woodlawn finds themselves in a 2-0 hole as Lakeshore took the first 2 sets, 25-19 and 25-15. Abby Abear back to serve for the Lady Titans, and that's an ace for Miss Abear. 2-0, Lakeshore leads. And in set 3, it's something we see often, is the team that has the commanding lead, the 2-0 lead, are they going to let it slip and lose focus in the third, or are they going to put the foot on the gas pedal and keep on going and take it in 3 and call it an early night? We'll see what Lakeshore does here. They're looking to make it an early night to start getting ready for their next playoff match on Saturday. And Woodlawn on the other side is looking to battle back and force a 5th game. And that one, too much on it. They want to tip, but too much on it from Equier. They call it out. Service over. Leah Medine for Woodlawn. Here's Abear trying to catch him off guard. Good hustle from Barnes. Equier tipping it back over and into the net and under the net. And that will give Lakeshore the lead once again. Checking into the game for the Lady Titans is Maddie Shea along with Emily Wilcox. And Wilcox will go back to serve. Wilcox, service goes, popped up by Adams. Barnes, free ball over from Luker. Abear, over from Shea. And that one rolled over the top. Here's Abear to Equier, big hit. Barnes couldn't field it cleanly. There's Medine, and the free ball from Barnes is in, right in front of Sarah Tucker, but had it gone out, we would have said good eye. So she was being patient with it, and it dropped at the last second and stayed right inbounds, right inside that line. Makes it 4-2. Lakeshore leading here. Well, no, that score should be different. There we go. Tucker with the kill, and that makes it 5-3. So Tori Lee, another freshman on this very young Woodlawn squad, checking into the match. And Equier back to serve. She puts a lot on it and sends it sailing across that back line. 5-4. Lakeshore still leads, but Woodlawn's looking to tie it up right here as Hannah Luker will serve it up. Abear, free ball over from Tucker. Luker, big hit to the floor. The kill for Kyra Britton. Tied up 5 apiece here in the third set. So Luker will continue to serve. Sends this one over, good forward spin there. At the net, drop down by Harris and Barnes. And Woodlawn has taken the lead 6-5 here in the third. Luker popped up by Abear. Abear tipped over. Harris able to save it and get it back over. Here's Abear, and it drops. Point for Lakeshore as Kyra Britton couldn't get there in time. Tied back up at 6 apiece, and Sarah Tucker looking to get her team a lead once again. Sends this one over, and that's an ace as it was out of reach for Tori Lee. They need to get the ball back over to Tucker. Tucker serves this one over. Barnes to the middle. Here's Luker. Service, and they're going to call the double hit on Hannah Luker. Makes it 8-6 for Lakeshore. Tucker sends this one over. Barnes with the push. And the kill for the freshman, Bryn Curtis, as she hit it left, and it bounced off the shoulder there of Kennedy Harris and went out of bounds. I don't know if she knew where the ball was. She was looking inside. Tucker, and that one to the floor as Lee couldn't handle the ball coming over. She was looking to push it up and get it to one of her teammates. Instead, she got a little too high on it and sent it down to the floor rather than up to where one of her teammates could get to it. So it's 10-6. There's Barnes to Luker, back outside Barnes, push over, nobody there. Left a wide open hole as Tucker was too far back, and you had Abear and Curtis at the net. There was a hole for her to push to, and she took advantage of it. Makes it 10-7 here in the third. Lakeshore still leading. There's Curtis, the big hit. A point for Lakeshore. And here comes subs as Stibing checks into the game, along with Maddie Hayes. They come in for Wilcox and Shea. It's 11-7. Lakeshore leading here in the third. Up, Stibing, the lefty, ace. That hit the ground. Ace for the sophomore, Stibing. And Woodlawn will take a timeout as Lakeshore leads 12-7 here in the third. 12-7, Lakeshore leading, and Stibing back to serve this one. She gets a lot of power behind that one. That one slapped down by the freshman, Bryn Curtis. And that was, it went back to Curtis, and she hit it so quickly and put so much power behind it that a lot of the Woodlawn players didn't see the ball until it was past them. Stibing puts this one up and over. There's Harris, gets it over, and the big hit from Curtis, and it goes back over to an area that wasn't well defended by Lakeshore, and it was out of reach. of Molly Hebert. So 13-8 here in the third with Lakeshore leading. Back over to Woodlawn to serve. Britton sends it over, and Tucker hit it there. A rare breakdown there for Sarah Tucker in focus. Britton, service over, and you had two players calling for it. Tucker and Hebert both called for it, and they both then at the same time pulled away instead of charging toward the ball to hit it over, and the ball squirted right through both of them. 13-10. Hebert, Curtis, and Harris couldn't handle the hit. Off to the right side and out of bounds over by the bleachers. Makes it 14-10 for Lakeshore and brings up Molly Hebert. Hebert service, had a lot on that one. Luker, Barnes with the push, but didn't get enough power behind it. Trying to get it over and change up the tempo. Not enough power, and it hits the net and falls to the ground. 15-10. Luker hit from Adams. Hebert able to handle it. Abby Hebert outside to Hayes. Hayes didn't high point that one, sends it down and into the net. (15-11). Brings up the top of the serving order with Barnes serving. Stibing. Here's Equier. And the kill out of reach of Cameron Jordan. 16-11 Lakeshore. Abby Hebert, service goes over. Jordan pops it up. Here's Barnes outside for Luker. Tucker, the big hit. Woodlawn able to handle it at the net. Adams, and they call for hits on Woodlawn. 17-11. Hebert looking to continue the run. Service over. Harris. Barnes to Luker. Stibing back here. Hayes. Too much on that one from Hayes. 17-12 here in the third. That service goes over. Leah Medine. Back set. Hayes off the block and out of bounds. Point for Lakeshore. As Luker and Harris had their arms up, they weren't able to block it back down on top of Lakeshore. Instead, the ball ricocheted off of the side of their arm and out of bounds. 18-12, Lakeshore leading. Service goes over for Wilcox. Barnes sends it over near the Woodlawn area as she was diving for it. 19-12. Sophomore Emily Wilcox serving once again. Gets that one over. Barnes to Adams. Pops this one over. Here's Hebert to Hebert. Back set, but the set was too far forward towards the net. Tucker couldn't get a clean hit on it. Makes it 19-13. Lakeshore leading here in the third. So Ebony Adams, underhand serve over for Woodlawn. A back set over the net. Trying to catch him off guard is Hebert. The big hit blocked down by Equier and Tucker. 20-13. And Equier back to serve once again. Sends this one over. Barnes. And they call in the net on Barnes. So another point for Lakeshore, 21-13. Coach Malpica takes a timeout. to talk it over with his team as Lakeshore leads 21-13 here in the third. Following the timeout, Claire Equier continuing to serve for the Lady Titans. A lot of forward spin, gets that one there. Harris pops it up. Here's Abear setting outside to Shea. Back set over, trying to catch him off guard. Here's Wilcox. Tucker, big hit to the floor. Catches Tori Lee looking. 22-13. Equier back to serve once again. A lot of power, gets this one over, and that's an ace for Equier, but number 16, Jordan Williams, another freshman, just got too far under it with her arms, and it ended up hitting her in the chest rather than her being able to lift it up with her arms. So 23-13. And that one out to the right. Luker trying to save it. Harris sends the free ball over. Here's Equier, Abear, Tucker to the floor again. And match point for the Lady Titans here in the first round of the Division II playoffs, looking to advance to the next round. So they lead 24-13 here in the third. Equier service over. Luker, Wilcox, Abear outside for Shea to the floor, and it's in. And that will end the match as Lakeshore takes set 3, 25-13. So let's send out a thank you to those who helped bring you to this match, starting with our superintendent, Mr. Trey Folse, our director of broadcasting, Dr. Melody Menard, cameraman, editor, and coordinator of Channel 13, Dave the Rave Williams. So from Lakeshore High School, where the Lakeshore Lady Titans defeat Woodlawn in 3 to move on in the Division II State Volleyball Playoffs, my name is Grant Yenny. Good night. You are now leaving the Prep Zone.